Well, that ended as we all expected it to. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being today. And this is probably not going to be the longest video I've ever made. In fact, this will probably be fairly short because this is a pretty anticlimactic end to a story that we've been covering here for a few weeks. It's not been the most dramatic, in all honesty. It has the biggest potential to disrupt people who like to shop at Amazon, which admittingly is not me. So I always kind of looked at this from an outsider's perspective. But hey, if you like that outsider's perspective, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and leave a comment, maybe even suggesting future topics you'd like to see discussed. That may or may not be real enough. I'm still not really talking about those companies. But those who keep emailing me, I appreciate the love, but the Uber and Lyft is pretty much over. Anyway, so Amazon Visa has called a truce on the global dispute on whether or not Amazon is going to continue to accept Visa cards. Now, I am not going to read the whole article, and some of you might say, oh, well, I bet you don't have the unlocked article for this site. I mean, true, I don't. But there's a bunch of other sites I could have read from, but the bottom line is that basically both the companies realized that this was a war they couldn't win. I selected this to look at because the bullet points are that Amazon will accept Visa credit cards across all of its sites without surcharges after reaching a global agreement. The deal may bring both firms a sense of relief that what could have been a costly corporate spat has ended. And Insider Intelligence publishes hundreds of insights, charts, and forecasts on the payment and commerce industry. Yeah, that third point isn't even like about this situation. It's a selling pitch so you can sign up for one of this website's subscription services. So that's how little this amounted to. Basically, we went through the gambit of Amazon did a big posturing public, game of chicken. That's what they did. They did a game of chicken. They got up on their podium and they said, we are not going to accept Visa cards in the UK anymore. And they did it basically to get MasterCard and Visa to the negotiating table. And I think some compromises were made. I did hear that in Australia, you did have to pay a surcharge if you paid with a Visa on Amazon's Australia site. And that's not great for consumers, admittedly. And I'm glad that that's not there, although only for their bottom line. I kind of wish it was there because it deterred people from buying from Amazon. But at the end of the day, though, what were they going to accomplish? I know some people who said that Amazon was sticking to the credit card companies because the credit card fees were extremely high and they were standing up for the little guy. No. Amazon is not standing up for the little guy. Amazon will never stand up for the little guy. Amazon will stand up for Amazon. And high credit card fees, you know who that really affects? That affects the businesses. That rarely affects the consumers because at most, the consumer will have to deal with a merchant who says, oh, you got to spend at least $10 before you can use a credit card. And they do that to make sure that the fee that they're going to pay to use the card is worth it to them. And I have no problem with that. But consumers were not really being hurt by this. They were going to be hurt by Amazon refusing to accept Visa. But the bottom line is Amazon did not have the weight or the power to, throw their weight around on this issue. They just didn't. Like, Visa was in every right to call Amazon's bluff. And this was a game of chicken that no one was going to win. Amazon would have lost so many customers if they had dropped Visa. But for that matter, Visa had enough customers that if Visa was not to be accepted, those Visa customers would be forced to shop somewhere else. They wouldn't have been happy about it, but they would have been forced to shop somewhere else. Basically, they both had enough power to make this a costly headache as, this article doesn't call it a headache, but the sense of relief, that's them avoiding a major migraine and basically avoiding a hangover by realizing, hey, we took a couple drinks, we're feeling a little buzzed right now, but if we stop now, we won't get a hangover the next morning. That's what happened here. Neither side held all the cards, and none held enough cards to make the other, comply with what they wanted. They had enough to just hurt the other people, but no one was ever really in a position to say that they were the bigger person, which is what this was. And basically, they just both agreed to end their dispute. And if anyone did get something out of this, it's probably Amazon, the consumers. Admittedly, I was not aware that Visas were charged surcharge fees in Australia for buying on Amazon. If they got that waived, maybe that's all Amazon wanted. I don't know. But Amazon did not have the power to actually force Visa to change their terms of service, and Visa had enough consumers to basically hurt Amazon. And Amazon had enough people who were loyal to them to get people to switch to MasterCard. Ultimately, no one was going to win this one, though. So I'm not surprised that it basically ended in a stalemate. But anyway, that's where we are going to leave this video. See, folks, I can make videos that are less than 10 minutes long. I'd like to know what you think about this outcome. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, play responsibly. Have a good one.